When we lose weight, people usually tell us, hey, your face is slimming down. Have you been losing weight? They notice it in the face, right? So I'm going to do this little experiment with you about my timeline for my face loss in weight. Okay. And for those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Dina. This is my channel, Living Mosaic, and I am on a GLP-1 journey. So thank you for joining me. For those of you who are new to my channel, I really appreciate it. And for those of you who are not new, welcome back. So I had this idea, as you hear a lot of people say that people notice how they lose weight in the face. So I've been pretty photogenic most of my life, and I think it's hard to tell if I weigh more or less just by a face picture. Some are obvious. I don't think all of them are as obvious, okay? So I'm going to show you the actual timeline from oldest to newest so you can see how it might be harder than you think to determine if someone has lost weight. So the first picture here is from April 20th, 2021. So I'm going to show you that picture there. This one, I would say I probably was at a pretty high weight there because during the whole COVID thing, I, like many people, didn't get out. I think maybe have struggled with some situational depression, perhaps, just because of everything that was going on worldwide. And I definitely weighed my highest right around that period of time. And so you can definitely look at my face, and that's a pretty obvious one, right? So then I'm going to jump down. I'm going to go to this next one. This one was on September 10th, 2021. And I had cut my hair, I think earlier, was it earlier in the year, or I don't know, yeah, I think I did. Yes, I cut my hair um a little bit earlier in the year just to kind of go with a shorter style, which was very unusual for me because I always did long hair. But it was a cute haircut. But then again, I mean, we're still looking at 2021 and seeing I'm not, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I look thinner there? I think maybe a tad bit. And then let's go ahead and jump over to 2023. So this is September 14th, 2023. And after that last haircut, I was losing hair due to experiencing COVID and got a really high fever, and so lost some of my hair was falling out. And I had, between those two pictures there, I had shaved all my hair off and started from scratch because in this picture here that you're looking at, my hair looked terrible. Like, it was really ratty. And so I was on this in this journey to regrow my hair and to make it be more healthy. Um, and then we're going to go ahead and jump on over to, um, let me take a look here at my pictures. And I'm going to jump ahead to, now we're going to go about a year out. And this is October 25th, 2024. So from the last picture where my hair was shorter to this one, I had a really hard year. Physically, some things were acting up, like as far as like the menopausal stuff. And by October, this was me enjoying my backyard and sitting in my porch swing there. And my dad had passed last spring in March of 2024. So I was sitting in his little porch swing that he had. So that was just me sitting out there. And then I have the next picture here is April 27th of this year. I had this thing last May, was it? Yeah, it was last May 2024? Yeah, I think it was 2024. Yeah, I had some kind of an infection in my head that got like swole my face up, right? So it was very monstrous. Anyway, when they had lanced it to get the bacteria out and then, it had to heal, whatever, they actually cut my hair and there was this weird little missing patch there. So this particular face shot was me having bangs because I was trying to even that weird stuff out. So this is me in April of this year. So I don't know, can you tell a difference in the face at all? Because I wasn't on any kind of a journey to lose weight necessarily in any of these pictures. I know that I think I was trying to be more mindful, and I know I wasn't eating breakfast at any of the time in any of these photos. I was not I've never been a breakfast eater. So let's go ahead and move forward to May. This is May 30th, 2025. So that's this year. And I would say I was noticing early this year. So these past two pictures, I noticed early this year I wasn't feeling well. And I mentioned that in a prior video. I wasn't feeling well and I just felt like my health was dwindling. And so in a month, I don't know if you see a difference in the photos there from the last one to this one. But this one to me looks like my face is a little bit more bigger. And could it have been inflamed, possibly? Could it have just been the angle of the picture, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, I've been pretty photogenic as far as my face goes in my life. I don't necessarily know, unless it's completely and totally obvious, that there's any difference in weight. That's just me looking at it. You guys might have a different opinion. And then let me move to August. So I had been on this journey. This is August 27th, 2025. And I had been on this journey for about a month and a half. So to me, I look pretty healthy there. Like I do feel like things are trimming down. So and I felt really good. Like once I started my GLP-1, my sleep got awesome. I just felt so much more energy. I felt like things were going really great for me as far as health-wise, a complete turnaround. And then the last picture is October of this year, October 16th. So tell me if you think there's any kind of like, if it seems more trim to you. Maybe a little, I don't know if the word chiseled makes sense, but that might be one that we could throw in there. So that was just very recent, couple 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then now I want to show you the comparison from April of 21 to October of this year. So I'm going to throw those two pictures up so that you can kind of see that's a pretty obvious picture. But throughout the timeline, which is also on my thumbnail, I'm not so sure all of them are that easy to figure out. So I know that that's what people do. They like to always say you lose weight in the face, and it is noticeable for people who are on a weight loss journey. It's noticeable, but I think sometimes, it can be deceiving, but maybe that's just pictures. Maybe it's not, like we're in real life type of scenario face to face. Um, and of course, I don't have a ton of full body pictures from before I was on GLP-1. I haven't really done a whole lot recently. There's probably a few sprinkled in, so I will try to get those too and show those at some point. But this one has been on my mind to do the face loss one because I feel like over a timeline with the face, is it noticeable? Is it not noticeable? Are some of those that are in the middle there kind of deceiving? I guess it would depend on the person, the angle of the picture, and, the angle of the picture, and something else. I can't remember what I was gonna say there. Oh, well. Um, anyway, I just thought it was kind of a fun thing to share that with you today and to see if you notice anything. So go ahead, um, subscribe, like, and share this video. Hopefully, it'll be encouraging to you to kind of see my progress over the years. And like I said, my GLP-1 journey started this July, and anything prior to that was probably me just trying to be more intentional about what I'm eating if it looks any different, because I do know that after my highest weight back during, I don't know, 2021, I have to look that up, that I did in my mind want to make better choices. And so that's kind of how my timeline for weight loss has kind of gone. I feel like a period of time I just wasn't always as hungry, and I was noticing that. So I just kind of chalked it up to I'm getting older, and maybe I just don't eat as much food, because you kind of know that when people get older, they don't eat as much as they did when they were younger. So it's kind of a just a phase of life thing. And that's kind of where I put myself, and I figured that's what it was. And um, that was great. And I was happy with that. So, but I wasn't happy with how I was feeling health wise. And that's what led me to my taking a GLP-1, starting with Mounjaro, and then switching over to the compounded Tirzepatide. So let me know what you think. If you see any noticeable difference throughout the different pictures, or maybe it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I'd like to hear your opinion on that, but I thought this would be a fun video, something different out there. I haven't seen it amongst other GLP-1 content creators, and I just wanted to do something a little bit unique. And for those of you who are used to being part of my channel, I like to do my the Living Self-Care Rally at the end of my videos, and this is just kind of where I do these little butterfly taps, nice and slow, and I say, I matter, I am valued, I am loved, I am a living mosaic. Because no matter where we are in life, the experiences we've had, it all makes us up into this beautiful mosaic. And that's why I believe that you are a living mosaic. And then for my living word Bible verse today, for those of you who want to hear it, Colossians 2:6 and 7 says, so then, just as you have received Christ Jesus as Lord, continue to walk in him, being rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith just as you were taught, and overflowing with gratitude. So hopefully that will encourage your heart, and hopefully this was a fun video for you. And I look forward to seeing, what you guys have in the comments there for me to read. And as always, take care. And until next time, bye.